Good morning. Or it is morning here. I don't know when you'll be watching this video. But I'm up and I'm kind of feeling like I'm wanting to fix something. My dear husband's been so good to me during this left eye issue that I'm going to do something for him. You know, he's been helping me with the apples, and yeah, I still have apples to do. But I've got this little bowl of applesauce here, and he said, why don't you make me some applesauce fried pies? And so I'm not gonna fry them, but I'm gonna make them, and then I like to pre-freeze them just a little bit. That way they're easier to get in the hot oil when I fry them. So let's make Mr. Terry some applesauce fried pies since he loves them so well. What do you think? We're gonna start here. Do you make fried pies? I do pretty often. We're gonna start. We're going to start by getting a cup of flour. This will make about 6 or 8. It kind of depends. There won't be too many pies. Just enough for me and him. And we want a little bit of salt. Give him a salt shaker. Just a little salt. Half teaspoon. And we're going to need baking powder. Just a little scant baking powder. Take my little spoon. Recipe says 1/8 of a teaspoon, because you don't want them to get too puffy. So I'm just going to get just a little bit of that. And stir that up. This won't take long to do these, but I'll just let that video run, so you can go back and make them just like I do. How about that? Now we're going to need some shortening. I'm going to need I'm still having to focus, 1/4 of a cup of shortening. That says 1/4. Fine spoon. I don't know if I'll get any quilting or sewing done today or not. Still other things I have to do. Farm chores kind of come first most of the time. Taking care of the family come first. Quilting is just a hobby. Expensive hobby. Now there's 1/4 of a cup of shortening. I'm going to put that in there. Get that all off there. Move some of that stuff out of the way. We're going to want the little dab of milk next. I've got 1/3 of a cup of milk here, but I'm not ready to put it in there yet. Let me get that. Just going to work that shortening in there. Got my spoon here. I could get my pastry blender, and I may do that yet, but let me just keep it working it like this. I'm going to get my hands in there. That's what I'm going to do. This won't take long. I'm actually timing it here on the camera that I've got on. I've been going 3.5 minutes, so I'll go a little faster, so it won't take all morning to do it. Now it's just kind of crumbly. That shortening's mixed in there. I'll use this spoon again, and I've got 1/3 of a cup of milk here. Add a little bit. Stir it around a little bit more. It's got to come together enough I can work with it. There, it's all in there now. See what we got here. Oh, that's a pretty good dough. I can work with that. I'll get some flour on my hand. I'll put some right there, because I'm going to work right there. Got it all out of the bowl. I've got one little ball of dough here. Now I'm going to divide it into like 6 pieces. That's what I'm going to do, because that's how many I'm going to make. And I'm going to make them all at the same time. Or maybe we could do 8. There's 4, 5, I'm not sure. I may have scrunched on them a little much. But now we're going to get a piece of our dough. All right, let's move some of this stuff so I've got a little bit more room to work. Yeah, I'm gonna fudge. I'm gonna go back and make some more because I don't think I'll be able to roll that out big enough. Got ahead of myself. Because I thought it would only make 6. I'm afraid if I tried to get 8 out of it, that wouldn't quite be big enough. Now that's about the size I want it. There's that. I'm going to roll it a little bit more. And I get a little saucer usually to mark it. But this is my lid off my shortening can. And somebody suggested, one of my YouTube subscribers suggested using it. Look at that. That worked perfect. Can you see that? That's a good idea because he just cut it real quick and easy. Let me make sure it's not stuck because I don't want it to stick. Okay. Now, I could put some cinnamon and butter in this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put, maybe 2 tablespoons. If I put too much, it's not going to work very good. And that's pretty thick applesauce. I tried not to put any more water in it than I had to when I was cooking them. Let's see. I'm going to need just a little bit of water to dip my fingers in. Now it's just water, and I'm going to dab around the edge so they'll stick together. Boy, that's looking like a lot of applesauce in the middle of that, though. Yeah, I'm going to take just a little bit of that out. I guarantee you that's not going to work. So I took a little bit of that out. Now I'm just going to fold it over and press it with my fingers. Stick them edges. We get a fork. Wasn't quite ready. Now I'm just going to take that fork and make sure that it's stuck. Now let's see if I can pick it up without breaking it. There's one of them. Now what I'm going to do, like I told you, I'm not going to fry them yet. So I'm going to put them on this sheet and I'm going to freeze them just a little bit before I put them in hot oil and fry them. We'll put that right there. Let's make another one. Let's take this piece and add to this first piece that I thought was not enough. See if we can make this one big enough now. Now you can still see what I'm doing. My husband's mother made the best fried pies, and sometimes she would use those cans of white biscuits and do that. But I don't know, I just kind of like taking a little flour and baking powder and salt and shortening. There's my shortening lid again. Let me press it. Peel those edges off. Alright, let's go. Let me make sure it's not stuck. Oh, not stuck. And I don't want to put too much. You put too much, you just end up with a mess. Just remember that. Maybe just get me some water. Now, I'll come back and I'll make another video when I fry these things. So look for video number 2 when I fry them. This is just this step, just to show you how easy they are. There's fried pie number 2. I'll put it right there. Alright, let's go on to our next one. Let's pick up these little pieces and put them in there. Bring me a little more flour right there. Don't want them to stick where I can't get them off of the silicone mat. I use a silicone mat. You could just do it on your kitchen counter or whatever you have to use. I need just a little bit more. Just a little bit. It's just a sprinkle. Like this one. Go one way, kind of roll all different ways so it spreads out all different ways. Let's see. Yep, that one's good too. And move that so you can see. And that one's just a little bit of excess around the edges. There it is. Let's make sure it's not stuck before we put our filling in there. Get some of this applesauce that Mr. Terry wanted in his pies. These are for him. Probably ought to make up 2 batches and have some for the rest of the family too. I bet they would eat them too. You know they would. And I may do that before I heat up the oil. That way when I do get at the hot oil, I can make a bunch of them. And I like to make these and keep in the freezer. And that way when we decide we want one, I can just take out 2 or 3 of them and not have to fix them a whole batch. They're already made ahead of time. There's fried pie number 3. Lay it over there. Now I'm going to get another little ball of dough. I think I'm going to put another little page. 2, 3, 4. And that's going to divide that between them 2. And that will give us 6. Don't want to get too much dough. Get a little more flour. Don't want too much dough, but you don't want enough. You don't want to not have enough either. And then after I get these in the freezer, I'll clean up this mess. And like I said, I'll get back to peeling apples and making more applesauce. And my mama, she would make just applesauce pies when we were kids. Maybe back in them days, they wasn't making this pie filling like they do now. Or maybe the apples just made applesauce better than pie filling. And she would just take a quart jar of applesauce and make applesauce pie. Which that'd be good. But she's old school, grew up country poor like everybody around here. That's just the way of life around here. So you made do with what you had, made good stuff with what you had. Got to get that water on there so them edges will stick to each other. Even take your fork and do that little extra step to stick them. There's fried pie number 4. Now, got 5 and 6. And then we'll stop this video. Because I don't like to make long videos. Because nobody has time to watch long videos. I don't think they do. But I kind of want to do it long enough to give you an idea how to do it. And when you fry them, get you a couple inches of hot oil in an iron skillet or your deep fryer or whatever, and you gently put them in there. And it's a whole lot easier to put them in the oil when they're kind of frozen and not so limp. There's that. That lid off that Crisco can just working just pretty darn good. I forget who it was that gave me that suggestion, but it's a good one, and I'm going to use it. Maybe getting my lid a little flour on my lid, but it's gonna get messy if you're in the kitchen working anyway, ain't it? That's what I say. Just that shortening big. If I do any baking or cooking, that can of shortening will be gone pretty quick anyway. Roll, pick it up and roll it over. There's, well, the video's been going for 15 minutes, over 15 minutes, and think I've got enough dough here to make 2 more. All these little ends and pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to get 7 out there, but I'm going to stop it and keep it rolling. All right, I'm going to reach over here with this dirty hand and turn this video off. Y'all check back when I get these fried. Not right away, but I will. See y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Love you all. Mwah.